concepts of success, which we have learned from our experiences, from our books, from our mentors, from our coaches. So before we start, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Abhishek. I'm a life coach as well as I'm associated with Peak Impact Mentorship from last 5 years now. And
hi everyone, happy Dashera. My name is Jyoti. I work as a nutrition and fitness coach, and also I'm a member of PIM community, which helps me to grow in my personal, which helps me to develop my personal growth. So that is all from myself.
So today we will be talking about some basics of success. But before we reach there, let me define what success is. Success basically would be very different for each of us. For me, success might be different for you. Success might be different for me. Success might have different value for you. Success might be a different value. So success is very subjective. It depends on each person and each person's thinking ability, each person's visualization, each person's ability to dream. That is where success comes. And so मेरे लिए जो सक्सेस है probably आपके लिए सक्सेस ना हो, आपके लिए जो सक्सेस है probably आपके बगल में बैठे हुए इंसान के लिए सक्सेस ना हो. So success is very 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 subjective, but nonetheless everyone of us strive for success in our own capacity, and we try to reach to our goal which we believe makes us successful. Okay, so there are a few pointers basically. I mean, I'm not saying we are covering everything. There are a few basic pointers what we would be covering today, and probably going down the line we might touch different components what we all need to do basically. So Jyoti, if you remember while going through Think and Grow Rich, there in the first chapter, Desire, there's something known as the 6 steps we need to follow basically to achieve our goal, achieve our whatever we want. So if you can summarize those 6.
So, as we are talking about success, so if we want to gain success, if we want to achieve the success, we have to follow 6 steps, which is given in the Think and Grow Rich book. It is a very good book. Everyone should read it. So the first step to gain any success, we have to have a definite goal. We have to know exactly what we want in our life. If we want money, we should know how much money exactly in numbers we want. Suppose if anyone want to get good marks in exam, so he should know that at what percentage, like 99%, 98%, exact percentage he should know that he want to achieve in exam. So it should be very definite. We can clearly like describe it. Yeah, this much money or this much thing or this thing, exactly this thing I want. So this is the first step. We should have a definite goal. Then the second steps come. Then anything, there is no free lunch. For everything we have to pay the price. So whatever our dream, whatever our wish, whatever we want to achieve, we have to know that we have to be ready. Whatever price it takes to like we have to pay, we have to be ready to pay that price, because without paying any price we cannot achieve anything. We have to definitely pay something. Then the third step comes, when we know what we want to achieve, we are ready to pay the price. There should be a definite date also, stick to it, because we know that this thing we want to achieve, and there should be a definite date, like on this date, till this date I have to complete my goal, I have to achieve this thing, I have to fulfill my desire on this date. So it should be very definite with a timeline. Then the next step comes when we know all the things, what we want, what we pay, till what time we have to achieve it. Then we should make a game plan for it. So we have to do proper planning, what things we can do to achieve our goal. Then definitely it can help us. Then the fifth step comes. Then if we know everything, we have to write it very clear. Somewhere we have to write it down ki what things we are going to do, how our game plan, what things we have to do, how much time I have to invest in. So all the things we have to be in a written form. And the last step is, once we write everything, we have to read it at least twice a day before going to bed and after getting up in the morning. The first thing we have to read this goals in our mind every day, or we can say we should read it loudly twice a day. So these, if we follow these steps, it will help us to achieve the success. Whatever we want to achieve, we will definitely get it. So that's it.
Thank you, Jyoti. Actually, I was reading a book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, and there was one line in that book: ki everything gets created twice, once in our mind, and then it gets manifested in reality. So it is the same principle what even Napoleon Hill is talking in this book, and it is very practical steps. Basically, if you see, it calls for no, we don't need to do something very big, something very difficult to achieve our goal. It is very, I mean, these are very easy steps. The issue is these steps take a lot of discipline, where we all fail basically. Okay, so just to summarize what Jyoti was saying, you must have goal. Goal is something what you want along with a pinned date. Ki, I need to accomplish this by this time. That is a goal. Goal must be very clear, very precise. It should be so clear ki with your words, you can paint the picture of your goal in someone's mind. If you are able to do that, believe me, you have won half of the battle. And then you need to know what price you require to pay. And believe me, the prices which we think we would be paying, actual price becomes much higher and more frequent than what we think we should be paying or we would be paying in fact. So be ready for those things. Have a definite plan. Most of the people, they spend more plan, they spend more timing basically in spending planning for their holidays rather than planning for their own life. So plan it, well planned, you think are basically half done, and be very cautious to one thing: no plan stands test of time. You have to be very flexible with your plans. Be flexible with your plan, not with your goal. And never give up. If you have decided you have a goal, if you have decided this is the price I need to pay, this is the timeline, this is my plan, and everything you have decided, then don't come back. Otherwise, you will decide a goal, try, if there is something happening, you come back. Again, decide a goal. If you are facing a hardship, you come back. No, you will become a jumping horse going nowhere. And most of the people basically live their life that way. They become jumping horses going nowhere. In fact, during my coaching session also, I find a lot of people, they have a habit of changing their goals, their goalposts every time they face some hardships. In fact, I've done in my life also the same way. And so, I mean, these are this is a summary of these 6 steps. But before moving ahead, I'll just tell you one story. The story is of a small boy whose father was a horse trainer, and he used to travel city to city, basically to train the horses. He used to visit different horse ranches, and he used to train the horses there. And his traveling was very disturbing for this boy's studies as such. But obviously, that was his livelihood, so he had to travel there. And somehow this chap could complete his 10th, and then his teacher had given an assignment there. He was write down what you want to become in the future. This chap basically sat down for 7 hours, written down his dreams to the minutest detail. He wanted to own a horse farm. So he had decided आई मीन कि मेरा हॉर्स फॉर्म का शेप क्या होगा, मेरा घर कहाँ पे होगा, हॉर्स फॉर्म में कौन सी चीज कहाँ होगी, उसका शेप कैसा होगा, या ड्रॉन एवरीथिंग टू द डिटेल. And the next day he went and given this particular sheet to his teacher. After 2 days, his teacher had given the sheet back to him, written F. That F means fail. So this guy was shocked कि बॉस ये तो मैंने पूरी डिटेल में बनाया है, मुझे पता है कि मेरा रैंच कहाँ होगा, मेरा घर कहाँ होगा, मेरा फार्म कैसा होगा, एंड व्हाई द हेल इज द टीचर इज गिविंग मी एफ. तो ही आस्क्ड टीचर, तो टीचर ने बोला कि नो, the dream is good, but it is impractical for a person like you, for a child with your background. So I'll give you one more chance. Go and write your dreams again, and I'll consider that. And I'm giving you a week's time for that. So this poor chap, he went to his father and asked his father, "Father, this is what has happened, and what should I do now?" His father was very intelligent as such. He told him, "See, it is your life. You decide. I cannot decide for you." This chap spent 7 days thinking what to do, what not to do, and then he went and gave the same paper to his teacher. So his teacher asked him कि क्या हुआ, कुछ चेंज नहीं किया, तुम्हारा वही ड्रीम है, कैसे करोगे? No, I mean, I'll again give you F on this. So what he said, that is a remarkable line. Teacher, this is my dream. I'm keeping my dream. You keep your F. And probably after 20 years, the same teacher was sitting in a horse ranch with a group of around 13, 14 students to show them how the horse farm looks like, how the horses are breeded and all those things. So he was sitting in a house. There was a fireplace on fire. Above the fireplace, there was a paper which was, I mean, where there was a F written and a dream written. So this teacher basically realized he is the same person who was his student around 20 years back. And he told his student basically, he was 20 years back, I was a dream stealer. But you were fortunate enough that your dream was so strong. You were so emotionally attached to your dream that I could not steal it. I was stolen dreams of thousands of students that time. And you know who this guy was, who this child was? His name was Andy Roberts. He owns 200-acre house farm, and with a 4,000 square feet, his house, the way he has imagined in his house farm itself. Why did I tell you this story? This story is also highlighting those 6 things. One is he had a dream. He was ready. He knew what exactly he wanted. He was able to paint the picture of it. Then obviously when he's able to paint the picture so precisely, he would have been able to visualize how it would look like, how it would feel. Once you have that kind of horse ranch, horse farm, horses across, he would be feeling that. And that is what the 6th step talks about. When you are reading your goal, your timeline, your plans, your price, you are ready to visualize it, feel it. You are already in the possession of these things. You have to have the history of your future. Once you have the history of your future, it is very easy for you to achieve what you want in your life. When I say history of the future, just follow the Google Map thing. Whenever we have to go from destination A to destination B and we put in Google Map doesn't trace you from destination A to destination B. It works backward. It goes to destination B, and from there it searches where you are on destination A. Or if you have solved the base puzzle, that is again the start point, end point. If you start from the starting point, you will falter. So and if you start from the end point, somewhere you'll be reaching here. It's the same way. Always visualize how your goal would be, how you will feel when you have achieved the goal, how your surroundings would be when you have achieved the goal. if I summarize, I mean, how your life would be when you have achieved the goal, how you be feeling, how you behaving, how you talking, how you be eating, how you be doing anything in your life. If you can visualize that clearly, you'll achieve your goal. And believe me, goal is something not no, which you have seen something. A lot of people like, let us talk about Amazon, Jeff Bezos. When he talked about Amazon, in fact, no one believed he will be a successful, isn't it? Everyone was talking about कि देखो, अभी इंटरनेट इतना डेवलप नहीं हुआ है, लोग ऑनलाइन इतना परचेज नहीं करेंगे. We are habitual of seeing the thing then purchasing. But he was a visionary. He saw things at least 50, 20 years beyond, and he worked on that. So don't be afraid of in dreaming. Don't be afraid at all in dreaming, because you dream, have guts to make it success. That is all I would say today, and then we will cover. No, we have around 4, 5 points left. We'll cover in the next session. Next Friday, same time, 8 p.m. Did you have to say something? Okay. So enjoy your weekend. We will again meet on next Friday. Thank you. Thanks a lot.